Hmm.
to cause you to awaken from your, past life slumber in this life, right? You gave a whole lot of symbolism tied to ancient cultural phenomenon, like when you described the city with the purple crystals. There was actual cities in Atlantis that was crystals with different colors, and one of the colors that was prominent was the purple. That was called the Royal House. So your spiritual rank sounds pretty high based on what you describing.
Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. It's nice
Thank
to
you.
know that there was a connection between what I was talking about here and what I talked about last time.
Yeah.
Appreciate it, Rod. I really wish we could talk a lot more. I really wish, but yeah, appreciate it. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you, Alex.
The numbers on his name was 444.
That's right. Yeah.
That mean an angel on his post.
Woo! Yeah. He's very high. He's very high conscious. He does a lot of astral, like easily. Just travels. The beings that contact him are really beyond most people's interface. Yeah. Thank you, Alex. Okay. Okay, last question we're going to take from Delmache. Hey, Delmache. He's very high. He's very high. Hey, hey, Delmache.
Hey.
The beings that contact him are.
She got to turn her
You got your speaker on.
device on.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I was trying to turn it up.
Okay.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, we can hear you.
No echo. Hey, Rod. Hey, Flirt.
Hey, Mama Case.
I love when you come on the platform, Rod. You are a wealth of knowledge. We all just love you to death.
Yes.
So I have a quick question. I recently heard, I haven't had any time to do any research on this, but I wanted to know, since you're walking Google, if I heard that King Tut was actually buried in the Grand Canyon and not in Egypt/Kemet, as they have told us. Just another lie to add to the pile of lies, or what?
It wasn't the Grand Canyon, sweetie. It was Kentucky.
But it was still here. It wasn't even in Kemet. Wow.
Yeah, they found a whole Egyptian setup in Mammoth Cave in Kentucky. They got articles from back in the day about it. But they didn't want us to know that King Tut was discovered over here because we would have instantly knew who Tupac was.
Wow. That's deep.
That makes sense. We have a girl from our group, right, Dalmache? It's oh God, she's from Kentucky. She said she woke up one day and there was like crystals in the ground, like crystals.
Oh, yes. Miss Myrtle.
Miss Myrtle. She said she woke up. She's in Kentucky. She saw like big pieces of like stalagmite, like crystals coming out of the ground.
Yeah, in her backyard.
They were growing.
Yeah, that's not uncommon for high energy centers, especially during this time period, because a lot of that energy, spiritual energy, we are being able to see it with the naked eye, and it's taking on 3-dimensional form.
Sure.
Well, thank you so much. I really appreciate you answering that. I'm going to do some research on that.
Yeah, and in the Grand Canyon is the original Temple of Isis, the original Temple of Osiris, the original Temple of the Buddha. It's a whole bunch of them over there.
Okay. I'm sorry, Fleur. I just got one more quick question. I'm sorry. Okay. I also heard about this tribe that lives in the Grand Canyon, and I don't have a whole lot of information on them, but there's an indigenous tribe that lives there. You know, they don't associate with anybody outside or something like that of their
That's a
tribe.
contract with the government. It's
Okay.
actually a reservation, but the government, because they experience so many what they call paranormal phenomena that's normal to them. They don't want them talking to the other people, telling them about the paranormal phenomenon that takes place in the Grand Canyon all the way to Mount Shasta to It's another little spot over in California that's a hot spot too. But
Mm-hmm.
they don't want them telling of us regular people about all of this paranormal phenomenon and the ships they've been encountering
Mm-hmm.
because they can open portals from the ground in the Grand Canyon and they can allow ships to come in and out of the atmosphere without nobody never knowing they came.
Wow, that's deep. All right. Well, thank you, Chief.
Yeah, you welcome.
Thank
Bye,
you so much.
Fleur.
Bye, Mama Cakes. I'll talk to you later.
Okay.
I love it. Hey, Oracle. Hey, pretty
I
girl.
don't think she up yet.
Can y'all hear me?
Hey, Mama.
There you go.
Oh, hey, Chief Rod, how are you?
I'm good, sweetie. How you doing?
Oh, I'm doing fabulous. Thank y'all for having me. Thank you, Flora Mama, for having this platform. This is amazing. I just wanted to ask you, Brother Chief. I'm from Toronto, Canada, and growing up here, the Canadian history that we were taught, with regards to the Indigenous was all about, the Micmac, Algonquin, Iroquois. The resurgence of memory that our American melanated brothers and sisters are having with regards to understanding their true origin, I don't see happening here in Canada. And I was just curious if you had any insight as to, like, do we have any chiefs up here in Canada? Like, what's going on up here?
So if you go back to the Pope visited Canada a couple years ago, remember that?
Yes.
And you
Yes.
remember the sister SikApe put him on public notice.
Mm.
And one of the last things she told him when she was walking away in the native tongue was that the chiefs have been selected across the land,
Well, what was
which
her name
includes
again?
SikApe.
SikApe. Okay.
Yeah, you need to go back and review that because she was the spokesperson that was selected by Spirit to put the Pope on public notice.
Mm. Okay, so we do have chiefs on the land up here in Canada, and they know what's what. They know.
Yeah. You ever heard of Queen Diallo?
Yes.
She's doing for Canada what Trump is doing for America.
Ooh, Diallo. Okay, I used to follow her on Telegram, and then I lost contact with her.
Yeah. So
Okay.
she's the commander in chief for the Canadian system, however it's set up. And Trump's the commander in chief for the armed forces of the United States of America.
Ooh.
That same position and function, right? Most people don't know that Canada and the United States and the International Stock Exchange have the same QSIP number. And most
Mm.
people don't know that Canada was part of the Louisiana Purchase. They think it just stopped at the border of America and Canada. No, the
Yes.
Louisiana Purchase included all of Canada too.
Oh, snap. Okay. Okay, well, thank you
Right.
so much, Brother Chief. I really wanted to, find out about that. Thank you, Flor, so much.
Thank you,
You're
Mama.
welcome.
Talk to you later, Oracle.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, we got Stacy Heward coming in. We're going to YouTube land, Rod. Let me let Rod come in. We in YouTube land now. We got a different spaceship. So come on in. Well, come on up. Minute, Stacy. Oh, thank you, my love. Oh, thank you, Saranda. Thank you so much, my love. Thank you.
You muted, Stacy.
Good. Stacy, just push your little, because sometimes they don't know, push your little microphone, your audio, Stacy. You'll see like a little microphone. Just push it and it'll unmute it. There she goes.
Okay.
Hey,
Yes.
Stacy.
Hi. All right. I was surprised I was able to get in. I was
Don't
just
be
trying
surprised. You always welcome on the Mother Hupper show.
to. Thank you. My question was, I'm from Johns Island. It's one of the peninsula islands outside of Charleston, South Carolina. And we're the Sea Islands people, I guess, and we're the Geechee Gullah people. What do you know about us? Because I'm still trying to figure us out.
Well, for one, y'all been there so long, it wasn't there for y'all got there.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Now,
know
one thing
that
that you got to know that's important about the Gullah Geechee, it was the Gullah Geechee Big Mama that sounded the alarm for all tribes to come fight in the Gullah Wars.
oh,
That's why
okay.
it's called the Gullah Wars instead of the Seminole Wars.
Yeah. See, I'm just learning that too,
This,
because I've only known it as the Seminole War.
the Seminole is the term that the colonizer gave the conflict
Okay. Okay.
because they was referring to us as Seminoles, which don't mean runaway, contrary to popular opinion. It means mixed groups of people because
Okay.
they were seeing all these different phenotypes of tribes from across the land fighting together against the conquistadors, the Spanish.
Mm,
And
okay.
in Louisiana, we was fighting Huguenots, the French,
That's right.
right? So the richness of the culture predate any recorded slave narrative they gave us. Y'all was there doing the same thing. That's why y'all will not speak common English around certain elders because they don't want to hear it. They want
Mm,
you to speak what we call Gullah English now.
that's right, because
Right.
we be Geechee around. Yeah, that's how we talk.
Yeah. Right.
And then I
But
see
just like
that the dialect. Good.
there was Gullah Geechee, it was Getty Geechee, and it was Giddy Geechee. Those was different
Oh,
tribes from the region. But two of the tribes was erased from the memory. But the Gullah Geechee was so rich in culture that you couldn't erase them because you couldn't stop them from talking what's called the pigeon tongue.
Oh, they would shame you around here if you were talking that tongue. You'd hear people say,
Mm-hmm.
"Well, you speak proper English. I don't want to hear that noise," teachers and stuff. Or they would,
But
say that you failed English because you spoke Gullah.
yeah, because they was trying to
Mm,
stamp that part of the culture out. And the
yeah.
Gullah Geechee people has always been proud people.
Oh, definitely.
So
That's right.
you can tell them to do what you want them to do, and they ain't gonna do all of it. They gonna do the part that they think is
Nah,
okay with them,
that's right. They
and
ain't
that's
about to
what they
do
show
that.
us in their language,
Exactly.
and they
Okay.
show it to us in the
I
food too. But most people don't know the Gullah Geechee got a different way of cooking than anybody in the South.
We do. Yeah. We're rice eaters big time. We love some rice. But I
Yeah,
know it so many things are being gentrified. The island is just being taken over where we are. There's a lot of back and forth with heirs property, titles and deeds going missing, and it's a big headache right now. It's sad, like all the families that lived right there in the marsh areas or near the river and could get their crabs and their shrimp, and they tell you, oh, you can't get that much crab, or she'll get a ticket, and make you throw the shrimp and the fish and stuff back. But this is how we fed our families. This is how my grandparents fed my parents. So it's
yeah. They were
crazy.
supposed to. They're not supposed to regulate the tribe's survival, living off the fat of the land. But they can't
Oh,
force you
definitely.
into the grocery store unless they restrict your avenue of eating off the fat of the land.
Land, yeah. Well, the grocery stores really are limiting the type of food that we are used to getting. Like the salted meats that we put in our pots, the different type of rices that we're used to making. Everything's like the chain grocery stores now. Mom and pops no longer exist, at all. The little meat markets and things, they're gone. But I
Yeah,
try to
that
keep
was
my
part.
children close to what I know.
Yeah, that was due to integration though, because if you go back to the '60s, like y'all didn't allow people to tell y'all how to do business in y'all community.
Exactly. That's
It
right.
wasn't until
My
people started
father had a
getting what
gas
we.
station and I'm sorry, I didn't mean to cut you. A gas station, a liquor store, a juke joint, and a kitchen where my grandmother and his sisters and my aunts and stuff would cook in. And they had that up until maybe 91. Yeah.
Yeah. So what they did is they start making us go out and get jobs. We
Mm-hmm.
start getting
Yeah.
what we call a good paying job. We stop
Good
supporting
paying
our
job.
family business.
Yeah.
That's
We,
right.
we stopped wanting to run our family business because it looked like the ones who got a good job was the success
Would
story,
seem like they were
never
doing better.
knowing,
Yeah.
yeah, never knowing that as long as you had that family business in the family, you always got somewhere to go home and eat.
That's
That's
right.
right.
Yeah.
Well,
It was
the land that
systemic.
I'm living on has been in our family for 100 years, little over 100 years,
Probably
and
been in your
oh my,
family longer than that, but they probably
longer
changed your
than
family
that.
name 100 years ago.
Probably, but that's the one that I know of. And my aunt passed away last year, and her
I'm
house is
sorry.
being sold by my uncle. And this is the first time a piece of property in our family has been sold on our family hill, because our hill consists of aunts, uncles, cousins,
Oh,
in-laws,
good.
and right now it's like maybe 12 houses. But that's just slowly dwindling away. It's like we're being surrounded by the outside world, I guess. So they're
Sorry.
trying to get where we are. I know, right? It's
That's
hurtful to see it
hard. That's
happening.
hard. It's so
It
nice that your
really
cousins are
is.
outside, auntie, when something's going on, you can go
Right?
sit on her porch and talk to her all night.
Okay.
Like, auntie,
Picking
what
plums
what's
off the
going on?
trees.
It's so
That's right.
beautiful. It makes it's hard. You know what I mean? Like
It is.
a lot of us are
It
still very
is.
tribal in our heart. And it's
Yes.
hard to hear that you're dealing with
It
that. And I'm
really is.
sorry.
Oh, I know. I pray about it all the time. Yes, yes.
Mhm.
You
But
know,
I
they've
thank
been
you all
trying to
for allowing
muscle
me
the
to share.
Gullah Geechee out of off those islands to turn them into resorts for 500 years.
That's
Oh
crazy.
yeah, we have two resorts on the other end of the road here, and they are growing. Just seems like daily. It's like, when did this
They
building
taking
get
more and more
here?
land. That's where your air land is
Oh,
going.
more. That's right. More and more land. Yeah, there's two. One of the resorts hosted the PGA golf tournament a few years back, and
Mm.
seems like ever since then, that's been it. That was the green light.
Once it
You
starts,
know
it's hard
what's
to
gonna
stop
be
them.
you know
Yeah.
what's gonna be
I'm
our
sorry.
saving grace?
What is it?
Y'all culture was originally matriarchal. So every exchange of territory or land that was done and it got a male signature on it,
Hmm.
whoever the woman of record was, that's who it's going back to.
Back to okay. All right. Well, that's all I ever know is Big Mama.
Yeah, look, men did not have the right to sell the land from under the women. But when the
Mm.
foreigners came in with the sweetheart swindle, they started that shit.
Mm.
Oh, okay.
They would marry the big mama, poison her off, and then start doing sharecropping agreements to lose the land on purpose.
Mm.
Wow.
Evil.
Okay. Okay. Because one of
It's
the largest
wicked.
families
So
over here
wicked.
on the island, I see that their property has been, I guess they call it something for the better of the common use of the area. And what they
Hmm.
basically did, they gave them a check for what they thought the property was worth and told them that they're going to use it to better the community. So now they're putting a whole shopping center there. And this family's
Yeah.
been there just as long as my family. It's like, are you serious?
That was eminent
Wow.
domain. That's what that process is
Eminent
called.
domain. Yes, yes, that's the term, exactly. And I mean, it's a huge
So
piece of
eminent
land.
domain was part of the salvage right of the corporation when they declared we crashed our landmass into their ship, the Plymouth, which we know today is the Mayflower.
Uh huh.
And Malcolm told us we didn't land on Plymouth Rock. Plymouth Rock landed on us.
Landed on
That's right.
us. All right. It's so real. But every day I wake up, it's a blessing to be here, but it's still a shock to see it all.
Stay strong.
Yeah.
And times are changing too. Like Rod was
Yeah.
saying, kind of going back, and there might be a revisionist kind of resolve to bringing women back to their placement of power and authority and just peace and balance.
That's
So,
Yeah.
right.
See, that's what people don't understand about the matriarchy because they're so used to patriarchy. They think it's
Mm,
patriarchy with women in charge. Women don't rule like men,
mm,
that's right.
a lot
right?
different.
Like the most qualified person for the job fulfills the function until they can either find somebody better or train a replacement,
Hmm.
All right. That's
right?
right.
That's under the matriarchy. Under the patriarchy, just go to school for 4 years and we're gonna give you these letters, and that make you qualified for the function. And you
Get a
batshit idiot about the job.
certificate. Yeah, get a certificate.
Okay. That's
Another
it.
thing about matriarchy too is the like family court. You don't go to family court under the matriarchy. my mama and your mama, my sisters and your sisters, sit down and say, is he a good father? Is she a good mother? Which one of them would be better to take care of the child if the other one can't be in the picture with them?
Mm.
That's
I get
right.
chills when you say that. I get such chills. Yeah.
It's a whole different energy.
Mhm. Yeah.
You don't take no child from no parent. That's retarded,
No.
right? And then
No.
boom, the whole narrative of the child support, most people don't know. It don't got nothing to do with the child. It got everything to do with who's going to get a yacht this year versus who's going to just get a vacation.
It's entrapment. It's a form of entrapment.
That's right.
Yeah.
And it's to cause resentment between the males and females too. So it causes rift, and they want us to not be in sync with one another. So you create these systems that support the fragmentation of the brown man and woman bonding, the indigenous.
Break up a families, period.
Yeah.
Because they don't discriminate who family they break up.
No, they don't. No. Yeah, you're absolutely right.
Right.
Yeah.
But see, okay, now remember we were talking about the National Guard going into DC earlier?
Yeah.
And I seen the clip today talking about that there's no homeless people under the bridge no more and it's all cleaned up. That's matriarchal orders. Under the matriarchy, everybody gotta have a place to go to rest their head with shelter.
That's right.
Under the matriarchy, everybody gotta have an opportunity to be fed. You have no hunger. Right? And everybody gotta be able to have clean clothes on their back. Right? So those are three standards of living that's not hardwired into the constitutional system. Because you got homelessness, you got starving people right here on the land. Then you got people that have nowhere to go.
Yeah.
Right. So we used to have ceremonial villages. And ceremonial villages is for people that don't got nowhere else to go. But when you get there, it's going to be somebody that's going to give you some blankets,
That's
some clothes,
right.
and tell you where to bathe at. Back then, we had tubs outside that we bathed in, or we bathed in the river because the water wasn't poisoned yet.
No, it was clean. It ran clean.
Right. So they show you where the bathing spot was. They show you where the waste spot was. This way you go relieve yourself at. Give you the whole tour of the whole little community, how it's set up, where we eat at. If you want to eat with a particular family at their house, or if you want to eat at the communal cookout or whatever the case.
Like you see a guy come in town. It was like an old 50s movie. And this brown guy came in town and the church woman came, hey baby, I got something for you. She brought him some stuff, showed him the people to talk to, and he felt safe. Like it was I don't know if it was like, you come into town, a new person, and they would always I love that. Like they would have people bring them in and just show them everything, and they have great hospitality.
Look, when most of us was in the 60s marching with King and we went out of town, we didn't stay in no hotels. We couldn't afford that shit.
That's right. There was host houses. Yes. I used to see that in the shows. Yeah. And people talk about
That's
them.
our culture. That's our culture.
Yeah.
That's why we used to have check-in chiefs. They didn't took it to a whole level and turned it into something it ain't supposed to be. But the check-in chief was supposed to tell you everything you need to know about what you need in this area, and then appoint somebody to be your guide.
They still do that in parts of Africa. They still do that. They have the chief you meet on before you go in the village. And he's the one who kind of talks to you, feels you out a little bit, and then lets you know what's going on. That's interesting. Yeah.
And they might tell you can't come in the village because your energy ain't right.
That's right. That's why you have to go through the chief first. I remember someone traveling through and they were like, we couldn't go in the village until we spoke to the chief first.
Yeah.
All right. Okay. We'll take one more person because it's almost 11 o'clock. We'll take Mary Kay. She's been waiting since the last one of the night. Come on in. I like when you say chiefing with the chief. I like Rod does his thing. It's so cute. I love it. I came in one night. You were on. I was like, oh, snap. It was like late night.
I was trying to pull you up too.
I know. I went to sleep. I fell asleep because I was late. I was like, yo, he's chiefing with the chief. It was really sweet. I like it. Okay. Let me bring Mary Kay. I went fast asleep. I didn't even know I fell asleep. It's that time.
I was doing that one for celebrating my pop's birthday.
Oh, for real? That's
Yeah.
awesome. That's awesome.
That's really sweet.
Come here, Mary Kay. Mary Kay. Mary Kay.
Really sweet. I like that. Okay, let me
She
bring
got
Mary
she
Mary
Kay.
got to
Kay.
turn her
She got a TV on.
computer
Yeah.
down.
Hello.
Mary Kay,
Can you hear
turn your
me?
computer off, hun. Mary
She
Kay.
can mute it. She don't gotta turn it off. She can mute it though.
Oh yeah, Mary Kay.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
How?
Yeah, turn off your computer. Turn off your sound.
Hey, do you hear me?
Yeah, but you got to turn off your sound off the YouTube.
Okay, hey, do you hear me?
Yes, yes, you can.
Okay, perfect.
Hey, Mary Kay.
Sorry. You know what? I don't know why we got two things going on. Yes.
That's okay. There you go.
Okay. How's that?
That's perfect.
Okay, good. All right. Thank you, Flor. And hello, Chief. Good evening. I am just wanting to, I'm good. I wanted to ask you about a surgery that I had like a long time ago. And it just really affected kind of my whole life and stopped a lot of my progress. And so it affected my electrical system and it just kind of kept me in bondage. So I wanted to just ask you about that. And if you saw like maybe I was going to be able to come out of this and maybe how many lifetimes I've been in this kind of bondage, because I have a feeling that it's been several.
What was the surgery?
It was a spinal surgery. It's just for a condition, but it was done on my spine.
So they do have a lot of technology coming out specifically to deal with spinal issues. That's going to be released. Then you're going to have the med bed, which, depending on how bad the situation is, can also serve to correct the original condition. But what was the side effects from it?
It's made like so that my nerves, they just don't, it's almost like I have kind of like, it would be like a paralysis, but internally. So it's just like I have some numbness and just dysfunction in the nerves and the way the nerves fire and the way the nerve routing goes.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. Mm-hmm.
And how long ago you say it was?
Oh, it was a long time. It was 1999.
It's a while ago.
So it's like 26 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Have you tried any supplements for the condition, like amino acids?
Yeah, I've tried a lot of different things, but I feel like the other, aside from the physical, I feel like it was done, like there was a purpose in them trying to hold me back and trying to hold back the feminine, or that there's some connection there with that too.
It's hard to say because they love destroying women's bodies so that they can't reproduce.
Mm-hmm.
That's like one of their war standards that they use. Especially if they think she's going to produce a gifted child, they're more likely to disrupt her reproductive process.
Yeah, well,
go ahead, sweetie. What you saying?
Oh, I said, luckily I was able to do that before I even had this.
Oh, wow, good.
So a lot of what you're describing is common side effects from spinal surgeries.
Mm-hmm.
Matter of fact, I had C3, C4, what they call a hangman's break. And
okay.
so they had to go in through my neck, and I still have numbness all the way through my neck where they went through at. So it's common to have numbness and loss of sensation following, because they can't not damage a nerve. It's almost impossible when you're working directly with the nervous system to not do something that interferes with the processing of the nerve at one point of the operation to the other. Something's going to get interrupted.
Right. Okay.
I have a little suggestion. It's a little unorthodox, but with the spine, there's forms of magnetic therapy where you can use heavy magnets, or sometimes they're in different geometrical shapes, and place them at the base, and then sometimes ascending up the spine and descending. That sometimes helps to jumpstart the electrical system, kind of help to kind of energize. And your body naturally has its way of trying to mitigate when we have issues, whether it has to do with health internally or externally. The body's masterful. I mean, this technology that we've been given is the best. And that's why they're always trying to hijack it. Because if they can't have it and get it, they try to disrupt it. So if you can do some magnetic therapy, it doesn't have to be orthodox or professionally done. If you can get geometrical shapes of and have someone, nicely while you're lying. If you can you lie flat? Is it uncomfortable for you to lie flat in your tummy?
Yeah, I can. That's no
Well, I'd ask that you do it, and this is going to be a little unorthodox. Hopefully, there's no children in the room. Floorburn goes left a little times, okay? Because I'm a fan of clothing as a disruptor. So I always say, if you can safely, as a woman, find a space outside without clothing, disrobe yourself and do magnetic, because remember, the earth is also grounding. So the earth will also help to mitigate because it naturally has harmonizing frequencies that will help along with the magnetic frequency. So if you can safely, with a friend, like safely somewhere, lie flat on the ground without clothing, derobed, and also before you do this, just take a bath in salt water, because salt water is also an energizer. Just rinse in salt water. You don't have to do it. Just rinse it off because it'll help. And just lie flat on the ground and allow someone to place the magnets on your back. Like I said, ascending, maybe starting from the base of the spine, going upward, and then also leaving it there, kind of letting the energies and lying and closing your eyes, allowing the energy to do so, and then doing it with descending motion, meaning change the geometrical shapes of the magnets and put it on your back. And maybe be in that stance for maybe 15, 20 minutes. And also one other suggestion, because the trees are magnetic and really palatable for this. If you can stand or sit at the base of a tree, and again, clothing is a disruptor. So when you wear unnatural fibers like polyesters or things that are not linen or wool or cottons, it really disrupts our magnetic frequency. We weren't meant to wear clothing. When colonizers came and they saw us as being so free and natural, but our body is the technology that works and can fix things. If you can sit at the base of a tree, if you can comfortably sit lotus and just put your back towards the tree and kind of like allow your spine to be aligned with the tree, that might help. The tree might give some of that baseline frequency to help align and fix, or not really fix, but